Poet Zero Carbon Bioethanol. And they take on some Goodyear Eagles. Josh?
Well, they ran it out as long as they could with that fuel. Corey Heim came on the radio, told him he is comfortable with that car, just 4 tires and enough fuel for the 67 year.
Well, the thing that Corey Heim learned right there is he can, if they have the track position, he can run as fast as he needs to run to lead this race. And I hate that they're going to, not be able to race at the front of the pack anymore, but they know that they have a car that's capable to do that.
Regan, what about Ricky Stenhouse?
Well, Mike, it's going to be very close on Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Take a listen to this radio that we just picked up, and I can tell you the frequency is much more. They keep telling him every other lap this.
Just save some more. We need to save a little more here. We're very close. Keep saving a little more.
Yeah, that's good intel. They're watching how much he's saving. All right, that's not enough, driver. Save a little bit more, Ricky. Need to back the corner up, let it roll a little bit longer before you pick up the gas. Turns 1 and 2.
Come on,
in my opinion, Kevin, in Texas is probably the only place that you can really save the fuel the most.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different strategies to that. Really, as you go down the straightaway, you'll probably back off the throttle to, 5/8, 3/4 throttle, and as you go through the corner, just try to lift earlier, let it roll further. When you go back to the throttle, try to go back to the throttle a little bit slower. But really, you want to go back to the throttle in the corner. When you get to the exit of the corner, lift down the straightaways. You tend to lose less time that way.
At the end of the day, you want to keep backing it up until they tell you. You let them just kind of walk you to the water here. Tell me how much. All right, that was good enough. There you go. Now do that again. Replicate that.
Now, Tyler Reddick was on pit road 10 laps later than Ricky Stenhouse as they battle for 6th place. When Corey Heim stopped, it seemed like a risk-free strategy. There were only 2 cars 1 lap down, but now Chase Elliott has begun lapping traffic. He's put Briscoe and McDowell a lap down, so Heim has little chance at the free pass position. When the caution comes out at the end of the stage, though, they may take the wave around if all the other lead lap cars pit.
But to your point, they're right in front of him. Go, Cat, go. Run him down quick.
Yeah, he's got to run him down quick because he's running 29.50 and they're running, 30.86, 30.70 last lap. So he's
look at
the
difference there, huh?
Right by Michael McDowell down the back straightaway.
Larry Mack?
I would say in percentage, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is wide open, probably 5% of a lap. He is definitely saving fuel.
Trying to get some stage points here. In 6th right now. He's going to surrender that to Reddick. Right now, Kyle Busch is the last driver in a points position as Heim gets past Briscoe. And now Corey Heim is in the free pass position.
Didn't take long, did it, Mike?
Well done. As long as Chase Elliott doesn't continue lapping cars in these last 7 laps of the stage.
I think he'll run Elliott down and get his lap back where you won't have to get the free pass and go to the tail end of the longest line. That's a huge benefactor.
Turn 2. Car spins and is in the wall.
Larson.
Larson.
Ooh, right up in traffic.
Wow, his day just got worse.
5th caution of the day, lap 160.
Got some big damage on the left rear right there.
Well, tires are up.
No, I just lost it.
Another single car spin and crash.
Said on the radio, he just lost it all by himself.
Yeah, and we saw Bubba Wallace do this yesterday in practice, and you could hear the disappointment in Kyle Larson's voice right there on the radio that he just lost the back end of the car. But it happens fast over there. When that back snaps around, you have no chance in saving it.
6 laps to go, 5 now in stage 2. And Corey Heim gets the free pass.
Well, you can't steer it.
As Larson tries to limp his way back to pit road.
Yeah, and it looks like that car won't steer, so he's just bouncing it off the wall.
So we're going to watch this from A.J. Allmendinger's onboard camera.
You can see Kyle's all by himself, kind of right in the middle of the racetrack. A lot like Bubba. It was identical. Yep, just coming out from underneath of him. He's been struggling with the handling of that car all day.
And we've heard him we've heard him talk about his, the front of his car not turning, and that's the hardest thing to fix here, because the back of the car is already on edge with all the bumps and high speed and, just the way that this racetrack is. So when you're trying to fix that front end turn, a lot of times
fuel in it right now.
make
Save
the front
fuel,
end
'cause you
turn
might be
better
done.
and give up grip in the back.
Wait till you get that front fixed.
A reminder of how tricky it is to nail the balance on these race cars, too. Here comes your leaders.
Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin lead them down pit road, along with Buescher, Suarez, Stenhouse, and more. Most of the lead lap cars are in.
He's still in past Chase Elliott, so it's
Regan?
Mike, you see the nice car, Chase Elliott right there. No complaints from the driver. He was just unleashed about 2 laps ago and told, don't save us any more fuel. And the 11 at Denny Hamlin said it's pretty good right now. Josh?
Buescher happy with the car during that run. Slightly free, but good
Wait,
in
Hamlin.
clean air. 4 tires in the second speed car.
See 4 laps to go right here in this stage, so these guys are going to...
Well, RFK, why don't we just call them the contrary team? Because Brad Keselowski and Ryan Preece stayed out trying to get some stage points. 4 laps to go on the stage. I'm not sure that's a winning strategy, but I applaud their willingness to try something different than what everybody else does.
Well, that's definitely different, and if this thing does go back green, they're going to get swarmed by all these new tires. You saw how fast Corey Heim went by all those cars that had old tires, and that's what will happen right here.